All right, guys. In this video, I wanted to talk about really what I think is the key to getting and staying lean, and really, having that lean physique for the rest of your life. Because there are a lot of people that are able to get lean, but then they have a really, really hard time maintaining it. And as someone who is able to stay lean year round and has a lot of clients coming to me who kind of want to understand how do we actually do that. I think the most important thing to understand is that you need to really, really manage fatigue along the way when you are getting down to a leaner body fat percentage than you were in the past. And usually this has to do with not losing too much body weight in any one particular dieting phase. And this is so that you are able to manage fatigue and not rebound like crazy after the diet. Because one of the things I see happen all the time is that people diet way too hard or way too aggressively for way too long. And then what happens is that when they get to the end of their diets, they feel really crappy. And in that post-diet phase, it's extremely easy to rebound. And it's just because, your hunger hormones are higher, your metabolic rate is slightly suppressed due to several different changes happen physiologically when you do lose body weight. And then they kind of just end up eating themselves back up to where they were before or a little bit higher, and really ultimately are never really able to maintain their results for a long time. And so this is why with my clients, if they say, hey, I want to get down to 10% body fat, which is extremely lean, that's, full six pack, veins, leg separation, etc. Like, think of most fitness models, they're probably around that 10% body fat mark. That is going to take time to get to, and you're going to need to learn how to coax your body down there. And one of the main things with this is being able to know when to stop, because usually how fatigue works is you're going to be feeling fine, and then you lose another 2 pounds, and all of a sudden it just is like, whoa, I feel super beat up, I feel super tired, fatigued, hungry, my strength in the gym is tanking. And if you're losing strength in the gym, long term, we all have those one-off sessions or string of sessions in a diet where, you just feel kind of crummy and you're not able to perform. That's something that is okay, we expect that to happen. Maybe we deload, maybe we take a light session, but if you are continually losing strength, you're going to be losing muscle, and that is going to result in a worse look than otherwise. That's another mistake that people make is with over dieting is when you start losing strength and you continually start losing strength and it just gets worse and worse and worse, you need to stop your diet, because you're just going to be having a worse physique at the end of that, because your goal physique is a combination of muscularity and leanness, and training should never take that much of a hit if you actually want to look your best. So anyways, you need to know when to stop and when to take your wins and get out and cash in, and then learn how to maintain that leaner physique. So usually what I would recommend is that if you are coming down from anywhere above 15% body fat, you can probably lose anywhere between 5 to 10% of your body weight in any one particular diet before you should really highly consider taking a maintenance dieting phase, where you do let that diet fatigue die down. You learn how to maintain that leaner physique, habits that are associated with that, how to properly sort of reverse out of there, and accounting for your how much your basal metabolic rate is suppressed, NEAT, etc. If you're above 15% body fat, because that's not as lean, basically means you have your upper 2 abs or no abs. Now, once you get to below 15% body fat and you're digging down below that, you say you're between 5 to 15%, which, by the way, I wouldn't recommend going below 10% body fat for most people, unless there's a really good reason, like a photo shoot, or you make your money in the fitness industry, or you have a bodybuilding show, whatever it might be. I wouldn't recommend going below 10%. It's just not worth it for most people. We have very good data that that's where hormones tend to take a pretty massive hit. So unless you're not natty, then don't do it. But usually I'm going to be recommending anywhere between 3 to 5% in any one dieting phase before we do start to consider a maintenance phase or diet breaks or whatever, just so we can actually lower down that fatigue and we can get used to how it feels maintaining that leaner physique. So take your time with this. Like, know when to take maintenance phases. Know when you need to manage your own fatigue. Know these warning signs, because if you try to slam your body into a state it doesn't want to go in, and it's just telling you no, 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 please stop, like, there is going to become a point where you are going to slingshot back up and not be able to maintain your results. And I'm in the business of helping people get their dream physique and maintain that for the rest of their life. And it comes down to, just being patient. And like, I've been able to maintain this level of leanness, and usually I'm between 8 to 12% body fat, because I'm able to I've coached my body here. I've learned what habits I need to have and maintain in order to maintain this leanness, and what trade-offs are also associated with different levels of leanness. Like, if you're a food person and you really like eating lots of food and you like being more flexible with your diet, you're not super on top of your step count, your sleep, etc. Your training program is more sporadic than whatnot. You're going to probably not be able to maintain a leaner physique just because you want to have a different lifestyle. That's totally fine. I've been, 15% body fat, I've been 5% body fat, and I've been happy at all those body fat percentages. So don't get it twisted that, like, the leaner that you are, the happier you are. There's always trade-offs with that, and you have to understand that, you have to be honest with yourself about, am I willing to accept those trade-offs? And really also just understanding too along the way, like, of getting down to certain levels of leanness, you can also realize, like, this is where I feel my best. This is where I have, like, my best training energy. This is where I can build the most amount of muscle. I can go to this sort of body weight or body fat percentage before I, feel really crappy, or I can be here temporarily for, like, a temporary look, but then I need to go back up here. And, like, just understanding how your body works along the way, learning how to work with it, super, super, super important. And one of the things too that I've also found that can be, like, honestly kind of eye-opening during these dieting phases as you get leaner and leaner and leaner, is that you kind of start to understand more of, this is what my training actually needs. Like, this is what is causing me to have really good progress, and this is where I'm having excessive volume. Because the leaner that you get, the more sensitive you are to little things. And I found that as I've gotten leaner and had these more dieting phases, it kind of is like a good gauge of, like, I may be doing too much here, and I probably should pull back. I would probably actually see better progress in my gaining phases from trying to gain muscle mass if I kept my volume in this spot. So there's benefits to really exploring this and pushing yourself and seeing how lean that you can get. But just understand, everyone is different. There's different genetics that we have, different lifestyles we want to have around food and activity levels and exercise. And it's just about coaching your body to where you can be as lean as you can happily and maintain that and have a good balance between quality of life, appearance, etc. Hopefully that made sense. If you guys have any questions, ask down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in getting one-on-one coaching so I can help you guys get in the best shape of your life and maintain it, links are also down below. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.